Out of 200 years of rock and roll, I'm about to show you something you ain't never seen. While the rest of them out jiving and yoking, I'm on stage cooking and smoking. Woo! Turn the lights on, I'm about to go. Mama said that I was singing long before I learned to talk. I started rock and rolling even before I learned to walk. I played every roadhouse, chasing that dream, every honky.
I was in Arkansas. Born in Magnolia, Arkansas, lived there for 18 years, and that is just probably 30 minutes from Louisiana and about 40 minutes from Texas, the very bottom corner. So I heard a lot of that Louisiana music, being that close to Shreveport, and then I heard a lot of the Texas influence, being that close to Texas. And Arkansas has its own country music history. All within probably 60 miles, 70 miles. Yeah, Johnny Cash was born, Tracy Lawrence, Glenn Campbell, Sleepy LaBeef. There's something down there maybe in the water, I don't know, but there's been a lot of great talent and music come out of that one little area. When I was growing up, I sang in church. We sang gospel. Being from South Arkansas, we had a lot of country radio that we would listen to there, but not a lot of live performances. There were no real, honky tonks or bars or anything there. So the music education that I got was in church and radio. When I was growing up as a little boy, I would work on my uncle's farm, picking watermelons, peas, and all of his workers out there would sing while they're picking peas, and there I was in the middle of the field picking peas, hearing all this great black music, spirituals and blues, and they would sing on the roads while they're out working. Hearing all of that, I absorbed that as well as the church and country radio. So I was 10 years old. Yeah. I always played in church, after church. I never played in church, but I always saw that instrument sitting up there. And when we would go to people's houses or something when I was a kid, my mother would always, no, don't touch the piano, don't touch the piano. Oh no. They didn't want to hear dang all day long. If I was forced to take a lesson, I'd probably hate it. But it was always the forbidden, no, don't touch that piano. So, that was like, something that piano is good. They don't want me touching it. It's a natural born talent, God gave it to me. It's a natural born talent, been all the laws. Piano plumbing rebel with the rock and roll calls. First in line when they handed out nice. When they gave out naughty, must have got it like twice. I have the skills to make you move your feet. It's just a natural born talent, God gave it to me. Influences, I loved Little Richard and Elvis Presley and of course Jerry Lee Lewis. All those great piano players that were available to listen to at the time, and then you couldn't go to Walmart and get Booker T. Lowry CD or a Piano Red CD. So it wasn't until later that I started studying those influences of my influences and dug deeper, back to Moon Mullican and those kind of piano players. I started studying that, the ones that influenced Little Richard and Ray Charles and those kind of guys. Very good comparison to Jerry Lee. It's a great honor. He's probably the greatest piano player, showman to ever live. But if you blonde hair and play a piano, like you said, you're going to be compared to Jerry Lee. There was another cat named Jason Williams that was probably a bigger influence, because when I first saw him, he was about 20 miles away from my hometown. A rare time in my hometown that I got to see live music. And I saw him and became friends with him, and he taught me a lot as well, probably more than, or as equally as much as watching Jerry Lee Lewis. They were both the same mold. And he kind of drew on Jerry Lee Lewis and took that to the next level. And I took the influences of both of them and, tried to put my spin on it. If you get that old boogie woogie piano, heavy metal beat, heavy metal guitar, double bass, drum, put something new together, not really copying the rock and roll feel, but just putting something new together. I always loved that. I saw Brian May play with Jerry Lee Lewis one time. I thought, that's cool. With a glass hit the chicken wire in front of my face, and Jack Daniels started falling like a rain on the stage. Then a fight broke out and the bouncer broke a bottle over all that noise. I heard somebody holler, ah!
a buddy of mine called and said, this guy is auditioning people for a Broadway musical. Would you be interested? I said, me? Broadway musical? I never acted or anything in my life. And I said, what is it? It was basically a theater version of the $1 Million Quartet. The day where Elvis, Jerry Lee, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Cash got together at Sun Records and all jammed together. And of course, they wanted me to audition with part of Jerry Lee. And I thought, I've always wanted to try acting. I'll just go down to audition for it and see what it's all about. And so I got the part and went down to Daytona Beach for probably 9 weeks. It was sold out every night. We rehearsed and I learned how to act. My mother's always like, you need to learn how to act. I think she meant act right though. So I learned how to act and I was on stage for the full 2 hours. And to learn 2 hours of dialogue and everyone on stage played their own instruments. It was all live, sold out, every show sold out, and they actually extended it an extra week because it was just a good old rock and roll play, and it was wonderful, and it's a great learning experience too.
I can do tricks, roll over and beg. I got big puppy eyes, I can lick you to death. Let the big dog in. Mama, let your big dog in. Well, take me for a walk, I'll be your best friend. Let your big dog in.
When I'm performing, it basically comes from an energy that I don't know where. I can be having the worst day in the world. My house could have burned down, the dog could have died, my mother could have run away. Anything bad could have happened that day, but as soon as you get on the stage and that energy, that band cranks up, and those drums start walking, something about that just makes me block out everything else, and that's my job. That's what I do. So I try to bring a high energy visual show to what I do, as well as concentrate on good songs and good singing, good musicianship. But I try to always put on a show.
It's a natural born talent, God gave it to me. Give it up, baby. Look at it. Woo! Make your big toe stand up in the shoe. Well, with the red piano and a three-piece band, the devil on my heels and a Bible in my hand. I tried everything once, I'll try them again. I've lived 9 lives, now I'm working on 10. Like a hillbilly cat, I land on my feet. It's just a natural born talent, God gave it to me. It's just a natural born talent, bending all the laws. A piano puppet rebel with the rock and roll cause. First in line when they handed out nice. When they gave out naughty, must have got in line twice. I have the skills to make you move your feet. It's just a natural born talent, God gave it to me. Yeah, it's a natural born talent. Yeah, it is. It's a natural born talent. You better believe it. Lord, it's a natural born talent. Tell it like a T-I-Z. Natural born talent. Preach on. I ain't making no money, but I get my drinks for free. It's a natural born talent. God gave it to me. Rocking that piano with my feet on the keys. It's just a natural born talent. God gave it to me.
These fingers, they've got brains in them.